What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be showing you how to commandeer or steal Class C starships and the systems you need to go to find them and how to do it in space without losing your home ship. So first thing, we're going to go ahead and modify our home ship that we're going to be using to steal these Class C ships. We want to upgrade our reactor. So in this case, I've got a pretty beefy reactor here. The most important part though is going to be this grav drive, because we're going to be going pretty deep into space and we want to make sure that our grav jump thrust, the one that says 36, is as high as possible essentially. And then a few other modifications. I upgraded some of the weaponry on this ship. Added 3 of these Mauler 107L cannons. We don't want the auto cannons, and you'll see why later, why we won't want those. Put 3 of them here. And then we also added some PBO 300 alpha beams. I got 4 of them, 2 on each side. And again, we don't want them to be auto, because essentially when we're trying to commandeer these ships, we don't want to accidentally destroy them. And last but not least, we've got the Dragon 261 PSX pulse lasers. If you guys know of any better weaponry for ships, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. So let's see here. The other thing we want to do is make sure that we have a few skills that are ranked up. First one is our piloting. And we're gonna need to get to Class 4 in order to do this, because we're trying to steal Class C ships and we have to be able to pilot them. The other one is your targeting. You need at least rank 1. I've got rank 2. Rank 1 should get you by at least. Check out my other video. If you haven't ranked up some of these skills, I've got a video that'll get your piloting up very quickly, along with your XP. I'll link that in the top right. And then the other thing that we want to, this is optional. If you have a pretty good grav drive, you probably don't need this, but astrodynamics is a big one so that we can travel further in space. So real quick here, I'm going to stop into Cheyenne and we're going to get some ship parts. If you already have ship parts, you can skip forward. But we're gonna go to Shepherd's here, talk to this guy real quick and just grab some ship parts. And then you can do the old sit and rest for, I think in Keela it's 24 hours and then 15 hours. So we're gonna be heading far to the right here and we're gonna be going to Serpentis. And you can go to any planet, any moon, doesn't really matter. So we're gonna go to this planet here. And what happens in Serpentis is you're gonna get an encounter almost 80% of the time. It's gonna either be a Varun or elliptic. So in this case, it's just a couple prophecy ones. We don't really care about that. So we're gonna load our autosave. Make sure you have the setting on where if you travel somewhere, it autosaves for you. So we're gonna load our autosave and then we're gonna quickly jump to another planet. If you wanna kill them for the XP, you can, but this is just a faster way if you're just trying to essentially farm ships and you're trying to get a specific kind of ship. So some of the ships we're looking for are the elliptic Claymore and some of the Varun ones. So in this case, we found ourselves a Varun Revelation 2. And what you're going to want to do, this is where you need that targeting. Activate your targeting. And you want to target the engines. You have to be essentially behind them to get the engines to go out, because I mean obviously you got to shoot down the engines. So it can be a little tricky. But once you get the engines, then you're good to go to essentially dock the ship. And you want to kill the other ships that you don't want first. You always want to do this one last. So see here, now we're docked. And once you dock, you got to take out all the crew members on the ship. Take out all your crew. And this can vary. Sometimes there's 15 people on a ship. Sometimes there's only like 3. So it can be sometimes a process of hide and go seek. Go find these guys. But once you clear out the ship, you can go and sit down in your pilot seat. We're going to go into our menu, ship, and here you go. This is the Varun Revelation 2 Class C. Very nice. 348,000, not too bad. Of course, that's the price they sell it to you for, but it's still a good way to gauge the value of the ships when you commandeer them. So what we're going to do, we're going to make this our home ship. And you have to be very careful here. When you exit out of this menu, it's going to undock. And I haven't seen a lot of people explain this very well. You have to target your ship and then redock. If you don't do it fast enough, the ship that you arrive there in will just fly away. It's happened to me one time before, and I had to reload a quick save. So anyway, reboard the ship that you showed up in. And we're gonna go into our menu, we're gonna go back to ships, and we're gonna make it our home ship. So now the ship you showed up in is your home ship, and now it'll keep the one that we just commandeered in our inventory as an unregistered ship. And you can decide if you want to sell it, or if you're looking for a new ship. In this case, I'll probably end up selling that one. So here we go. We've got ourselves an elliptic cutlass. Oh, and a Claymore too. Nice. All right, so we want to kill the elliptic cutlass first. And then we're going to be going after that cutlass. It's a shame it's not a cutlass 3, but I will take a cutlass 2. Or I'm sorry, a Claymore 2. So same thing, take out the engines. And sometimes it can be a little tricky. I did a quick save and I accidentally ended up destroying that ship on the first try. And that's why you always want to do a quick save when you find a ship that you want, so that you have a point where you can go back and try again in case you mess up. So we're going to try this again here. Take out those engines. Another thing I found is the engines don't seem to get depleted until you destroy their shield system. Or at least that's what it seemed like. So there we go, we killed the engines. Oh man, we barely, we were about to die there. Dock it. Take them out. Come on, Sarah. Yeah, this is a really cool ship. I really like the layout of this ship. So let's see what we got here. Sit in your pilot seat. Woo! Look at that. Like I said, it's a shame it's not a 3, but Claymore 2. I'm probably going to end up keeping this one and doing some heavy modifications. Alright, same thing. Make it your home ship, undock, and then redock the ship you showed up in to keep it as an unregistered ship in your inventory. And I've got another video you guys should check out on how to sell your ships without having to register them. I'll throw that in the top right. Alright, so the other kind of ship that we're looking for is a Varoom Prophecy. Prophecy 2 or 3. So this here is a Prophecy 2. These can be a little tricky to get the engines because they can turn fairly quickly. So you're facing the ship a lot of times, so it's hard to target those engines. This ship here, if you can find a Prophecy 3, I believe this is the most profitable ship in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. So there we go, we took out the engines as usual. Take them out. Oh, I think Sarah got him.
You didn't stock up on junk.
Credits are not junk, Sarah. Come on. Stock up on junk. Very nice. Class C, 414,000. Yeah, this is my most valuable ship right now in my inventory. And I'm pretty sure if I got a Class 3, it would be well over 500. All right, do the whole thing over again. And this is why you have to be quick. This is a situation where my ship almost flew away without me and I barely caught it. If you're not used to redocking, it's probably a good idea to do a quick save. So the next system I'm going to show you guys is Hudgens. Unfortunately, Hudgens doesn't have as many encounters. Like sometimes you'll go 10 times to different moons and planets and you won't even get an encounter. But in this case, I got pretty lucky. I got an encounter like as soon as I traveled there. So this is the last ship that is one of the most sought after in the game, is the White. White 3 obviously is better, but this is a White 2. Still, definitely something we want to try to commandeer. And you can adjust your difficulty up and down, kind of depending on if you're either A, killing the ship too quickly, or destroying it too quickly, or B, if they're destroying you too quickly. Kind of just depends on your level and the ship that you have. So if you're still rolling with a Class A ship, you can probably get away with just putting it on very easy. So in this case here, I wasn't able to pilot it. I want to show you guys real quick. You can only have 10 ships in your inventory. So I had to remove one of the ships that I stole. This was a Class B, so I'm not too concerned about it. However, it is lost profit, unfortunately. So just make sure that you know how many ships you got in your inventory. So there you go. White 2. Class C. 366,000 credits. Very nice. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, a lot of people like this ship. It's kind of got a confusing layout, though. I don't know if I'd keep it. Probably just going to sell it. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Consider subscribing. And as always, have a wonderful day.